What's up, everybody? It's your boy, to catch you from Demon Shinobi, and today I'm gonna try to be going over a couple things. But basically, today is a review, and I'm gonna give my honest opinion and some facts and something about a game. The game that we're gonna be talking about, even though it's like highly controversial right now, is Saints Row. Now, in all honesty, I already know that half of you guys are about to click off like Saints Row. Saints Row is this horrible game. Like, why are we even talking about it? Well, I wanted to change that kind of perspective because a lot of people are on this bandwagon about that Saints Row is this horrible game. Now, again, I agree with you. Saints Row is definitely not a good game. It's almost garbage in some ways, but it is actually a decent game for you to play with, for friends, and everything else. And I want to go over, the negatives and the positives about it. So, the one thing I wanted to talk about it the most is that Saints Row as a whole is nowhere near the predecessors that is like Saints Row 2, Saints Row 3, hell, even Saints Row 4, which was not the best game out of it all. I think the one that was the worst was Saints Row 4 out of the original, four games. But the main thing about it is a lot of people are upset with this game because it's buggy. It's too, as a lot of people I've heard say, hashtag woke. And another thing that is really, really, really good minor of it all is its graphics. Now, granted, I'm playing on the Series X, so I never really experienced a lot of the bugs. Now, I did experience a ton, but not like the amount that, Angry Joe, if you watch, what's it called, That Rad Brad, those people, they went through a lot of bugs in their gameplay. And they had a good time playing the game, even though, not angry. Joe had a horrible time, and he's downright calling this game the pinnacle of trash, of all trash. Which I can understand his frustration. He went through a lot of bugs, he went through a lot of issues with the game, and he was playing on PC. So I don't know for sure. I think, depending on the console, you're gonna face a lot of different things. But the thing I wanted to talk about it is that even though a lot of people are saying that it's bad, I'm going to be real with you. I think that a lot of people are giving the game a little bit too much on the negativity instead of trying to see some of the positives to the game. Now, in cold honesty, they really need to fix a lot of the things that are precipitated in the game. A lot of things are being, brought up. There's a lot of bugs where, you'll get into a car and automatically be plopped into the earth, and then from there the car will switch visions, and wherever you drive, the minute that you get out of the car via pushing the key bind to it, you're back to where you were stuck in the earth. Or certain AI will be trapped in a invincible killing mode, which will lock the whole game out. Or there are certain places where the game will just automatically say that you're out of bounds and immediately stop you. Those are bugs that need to be addressed immediately, and that is a lot of things that happen in this game. But on the flip side there, the game has a very coherent, I think I'm saying that word right. Coherent storyline from A to B, and then also on top of that there, it is a very, steamrolled into it. The best word to put it is very basic and bland, but it has good humor and charm. The sad thing about it is that I hate to see is that so many people are up in arms ready to go to war against this game because of a couple of experiences of what people said here and there, and then on top of that they see, they give bad imaging. Now, granted, the game itself that I've played, I was getting laughs here and there about pretty much every other, mission. I mean, again, I guess I have a better sense of humor than most. Um, and I guess that's my whole entire, subjugate to it. But I do think that, a lot of people just don't understand a lot of the jokes, a lot of the humor, and they just say this is just annoying. And when they're already pissed off, once you're already, at that point of pissed off, you don't want to keep doing it. You just want your money back. You just want to stop. And it just, I can understand that. And that's, again, okay. Um, I really, really, really 100% think that a lot of people just need to give it a chance and take a step back from it. So, the positives of this game is the main factor that the game has a very cohesive story. Card modifications vary the same. Gun modifications awesome. And there's a very huge variety of challenge and also adaptability to the game. Saints Row makes a whole new stride on their whole entire combat skill, and they try to put into the point of more of a challenge towards it. Now, granted, if you're playing on the hardest difficulty, I pray for your soul, because you're going to be playing this game for a good minute if you want to see the ending. But the whole entire way to heal in this game is by actually doing these things called takedowns, or if you get a skill, which is like a leech effect, or has a weapon that has a leech effect, these are the only ways that you're ever going to heal yourself if you're in combat. That is strategically limiting. Now, I played, Elden Ring, I've played Dark Souls, I played a lot of very challenging games. Putting this on the hardest difficulty and then playing the game with those limitations of healing is like playing Dark Souls or even Elden Ring with only 2 flasks during the whole entire way. Anytime you're in combat, you only get 2 flasks. That's it. That really is downright crazy. And it shows in the gameplay. It shows in the thing that they try to make something a challenge for you. The story of the game of Saints Row is simple. You and your friends are a ragtag group that just came out of college, and what happens is they're all separated into different gangs to try to help out to make the rent together, and they're just trying to make ends meet. Well, your character, the main character that you are, decides later down the line that he's sick and tired after getting released from Marshall, that he's sick and tired of the whole entire I had to struggle for rent, or this gang needs to take this amount of money, this gang needs to take this amount of plugs. So he starts his own criminal empire. With the help of his friend Nina, Kevin, and Elijah, they all work together to literally make the Saints. They buy a church out in the boondocks to get in there nice and dandy, and they start to work on building up their criminal empire. And I'm not gonna lie, the game goes from there into a good story. I mean, it's pretty much the concept. Now, how I took it, it was the concept of, someone trying to reclaim their life and make, a goal, an investment, a business. A lot of people see themselves as, I want to run a business or anything else. And there are people out there in the world that just want to work for someone else. There's no problem with these two characters. And that's something that Saints Row dives on. Are you a go-getter, or are you just going to sit idly by? And that's what the main character is all about. He or she is pissed off on being the idle buyer. They want to be a go-getter. And that's pretty, to me, badass. I'm not going to lie. Now, where the game declines is where it falls short at the ending. Where you go through the struggle of fighting, you're going through all of this, building up this criminal empire for it to be taken away, and you got to kill the bad guy that took it away from you. I think they could have done a little bit more and something different in the background, but I mean, all in all, it wasn't that bad of an ending. Then from there, you have the gameplay. Gameplay is pretty linear. I mean, there's not that much to go on. So, I mean, I'm not going to be too harsh on it, but I'm not going to be too, oh, well, this is this, that. No. It is a basic third person shooter. You know, you have some auto assist aims, and it's up to you to pick the kind of weapons that you want to choose for. You'll have a weapon wheel, which, you know, you can choose from and change up the weapons of your choice and everything else. But, be digressed, you know, understand that you gotta choose your own kind of method. I mean, there are some weapons that are farly superior than others, but you know, play to your own style. And it's again, each weapon has their own style because they all each have a special bonus feature to them after completing their challenges. You know, you got the actual weapon and then their side effects that they can do afterwards is basically the upgrade system. Now, with that being said, this adds more challenge, more diversity, and more adaptability to the game as a gameplay status, but not necessarily to the enjoyment, because you know not everyone's going to sit down there and spend 92 hours trying to spit out 32 trillion bullets for one gun's ability. It's tedious here and there, but it does add that effect, though. Again, there are people out there that would do that, and that's the one thing about it. A lot of people are giving this game so much humdrum about it because of all the media stream and all the big YouTubers saying, "Oh, this game is so trash." The game has bugs. We've been over this with so many other games. Now, granted, we should not sit idly and allow this to happen. We should speak up and say, hey, make sure you guys tell the publishers. Let the people have time to finish the game, to develop it. I mean, literally, if this game just sat in the oven and waited to fall of next year to come out, it'd probably be an A-list game. It'll probably be up there with the ranks of Elden Ring. But they pushed the game out early, they pushed it out fast, and they try to get it out there. Now, again, the game could use a lot of work, and they're planning on putting in new expansions, which, again, I think it's Vivison. I don't know for sure the name of the company. Please take your time. Don't rush it. Just ease into this, because you're going to get a very bad situation coming up on your hands, and it is just going to be hell coming down on everybody. The game truly just needs some love, it needs some work, and it just needs some people to just back down and just take a moment to sit and look at everything. Again, the game has beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moments where you can feel like, hey, I'm doing something badass. Hey, I feel like this. And there's a good amount of moments. Like, a lot of people have said that the best moments in the game is the LARP scene. The LARPing in this game is just funny as all hell. And I wish I would have gotten gameplay trailer, but, you know, I was too busy beating the game on my own time. So, again, to be a final critic on this and to shut it all down and get my verdict out, Saints Row, the new remake, gets a 3.2 out of 5 for me. It is not that bad. It's decent. I will wait until it goes on sale to get it, but definitely try the game out, at least. Other than that, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.